In a world teetering on the brink of oblivion, the Demon King's armies have ravaged the land for generations. Entire kingdoms reduced to ash. Rivers run black with demonic corruption. Humanity's last hope lies in the ancient summoning ritual, pulling heroes from distant worlds. These chosen ones arrive with glowing status windows, unique skills. The promise of limitless growth through the system, a divine framework that governs levels, mana, and combat. Most summoned heroes charge straight into battle, eager for glory, desperate to prove themselves. But not everyone plays by the rules. Alex opens his eyes to endless rolling grasslands under an eternal golden sky. Weak slimes bounce lazily in the distance. A gentle breeze carries the faint scent of wildflowers. No smoke from burning villages. No screams of the dying, just peace. A translucent blue panel hovers in front of him. Welcome, hero. Tutorial area activated. Defeat the Demon King to save this world. He blinks, then laughs, a short, sharp sound that echoes in the empty plain. No way. This is the starter zone. Back on Earth, Alex had been a hardcore min-maxer, the kind of player who spent weeks theory-crafting builds before even touching the main quest. He knew this game inside out, or at least the version he played. This is real. He died in a stupid truck accident, woke up here, same face, same name, same system interface floating in his vision. Most players' heroes rush the tutorial, kill a few goblins, grab the basic sword, exit through the portal at level 10, straight into the meat grinder. The Demon King's generals wipe out 90% of summoned heroes in the first year. Alex isn't most players. Why the hell would I leave? He mutters. Infinite respawn monsters, no time limit, safe zone. This is free real estate. He draws the starter dagger. Rusty, pathetic damage, but the first slime dies in 3 hits. A soft pop. Tiny experience bar ticks up. Level 2 achieved. A warm rush flows through his limbs. Strength up by 1, agility up by 1. It's small, but it's permanent. Alex smiles. Let's see how broken we can get. The days blur into weeks. He maps every spawn point, learns the exact respawn timers. Slimes every 8 minutes, goblins every 12. He kites groups, practices parrying. Stacks agility until he dances between attacks like they're standing still. The system rewards consistency. Every kill, every dodged blow, every herb gathered. Experience trickles in steady and endless. At level 50, he unlocks his first unique skill. Mana perception. Suddenly the air shimmers with invisible currents. He sees the flow of energy in monsters, in the grass, in his own body. Weak points glow faintly. He starts landing critical hits without trying. This is just the beginning, he whispers to the empty sky. Years pass. The tutorial never changes. Same golden sun, same gentle wind. Monsters never grow stronger. They stay eternally weak. Perfect punching bags. Alex experiments. He dies on purpose once, just to test. The system revives him at the starting point. Full health, no penalty. He laughs until his sides hurt. Immortal training dummy room. Holy shit. He pushes boundaries, stays awake for days, honing reflexes, meditates under waterfalls that never run dry, studies the system messages frame by frame. He notices glitches, tiny inconsistencies. When he kills exactly 1,000 slimes in a row without taking damage, a hidden counter triggers. Hidden achievement unlocked. Persistence Hunter. Reward. Ancient skill fragment acquired. The fragment fuses into his soul, a burning sensation. Then knowledge floods his mind, an old forgotten skill tree buried beneath the standard classes. Skills no modern hero has ever seen. Skill awakened, void step. He vanishes, reappears 10 meters away. Mana cost almost nothing in this zone, cooldown negligible after repeated use. Alex stands still for a long moment, heart pounding. I can break this game. Decades roll by. His body changes. Muscles harden into something beyond human. Eyes sharpen until he can track individual dust motes in the air. The system stops giving simple stat points. Instead, entire attributes double, triple. His health pool stretches into 6 figures. Mana regenerates faster than he can spend it. He discovers the secret leveling system, not the flashy one everyone sees. A deeper layer, primordial code woven into the world itself. Each time he pushes past an invisible threshold, the world acknowledges him differently. Monsters flinch when he approaches. The grass bends away from his footsteps. Title acquired. One who defies limits. All stats plus 500%. He sits on a hill one day, watching the eternal sunset. His reflection in a still pond shows a man who barely looks 30. Silver streaks in his hair now. Eyes ancient. A century alone. He talks to himself more these days, keeps the loneliness at bay. Outside, they're dying, kingdoms falling, heroes screaming as demons tear them apart. And I'm here farming slimes. Am I a coward? He clenches his fist. The air cracks around his knuckles. No. I'm the one who's going to end it. Properly. He has overheard fragments over the years. The system occasionally broadcasts world announcements to all heroes, most of them dead now. Hero Party Dawn Blade annihilated. Demon General Asgoth advances. Northern Kingdom fallen. Refugee crisis intensifies. New hero summoned. Level 1. Immediate deployment ordered. Each message a knife twist. Guilt gnaws at the edges of his resolve, but he pushes it down. Rage fuels the grind. Every stat point a promise. Every new skill a weapon he will wield when the time comes. He masters ancient skills long forgotten. Skills that require impossible conditions. Killing 10,000 of the same monster without resting. Meditating in lethal zones that don't exist in the tutorial. He finds workarounds, exploits. The system bends, never breaks, but it yields. Skill awakened. Eternal Fortress. His skin turns briefly adamantine, blades shatter against it. Skill awakened, time dilation. For split seconds, the world slows to a crawl. He moves through frozen raindrops. Skill awakened, soul devour. Each kill now permanently adds a fraction of the victim's strength to his own. Even weak slimes contribute. Over a century, the accumulated power is terrifying. He stops counting levels. The number climbs into realms the system wasn't designed to display. Question marks replace digits. Red warnings flash and vanish. The tutorial begins to strain. Cracks appear in the eternal sky, brief flickers of darkness. The golden sun stutters. Monsters spawn slower, as if the zone itself is running out of energy to sustain him. Alex stands at the center of the grassland, now scarred and barren from endless battles. His starter dagger long replaced by weapons he forged from monster drops and pure mana, a black blade that drinks light. He closes his eyes, feels the barrier, the invisible wall that has kept him safe, kept him prisoner. It trembles. Not yet, he murmurs. Just a little more. But the world outside is screaming. He hears it now. Faint echoes through the cracks. Cities burning. Children crying. The Demon King's laughter rolling like thunder. Alex opens his eyes. They glow with restrained power. Fine. He raises his hand. Mana surges. The air ignites. I've waited long enough. The barrier shatters. Not with a dramatic explosion, but quietly, like glass giving way under impossible pressure. A ripple spreads across the sky. The golden light fades. Real sunlight, harsh and red, pours through. Beyond the broken edge lies the true world. Smoke on the horizon, distant ruins, the stench of war carried on a cold wind. Alex steps forward, bare feet touching real soil for the first time in 100 years. His status window flickers wildly, trying to process stats that defy comprehension. Warning. Entity exceeds system parameters. Recalculating. He smiles. Small. Dangerous. Let's see how the Demon King likes fighting someone who read the entire patch notes. The eternal training grounds collapse behind him. Grass withers. Monsters dissolve into light. The safe zone dies with a sigh. Alex walks into the real world, alone, unstoppable. And the age of heroes is about to learn what happens when one of them refuses to play fair. The eternal grasslands stretch endless under that unchanging golden sky. A century has carved its mark on Alex now. The once soft fields bear scars from countless battles, craters from exploded mana bursts, patches of earth fused to glass, rivers diverted by his experiments. Monsters still spawn, weak, predictable. But they are no longer opponents. They are tools. Alex stands motionless atop a hill. He raised himself from compressed soil. His black blade rests point down in the ground. Mana pulses around him like a living storm barely contained. He has pushed past the visible system long ago. Now he chases the forbidden edges, the combinations no guide ever mentioned, because no hero lived long enough to try them. Void, step into Soul Devour, he mutters, then chain it with Eternal Fortress. Let's see if the feedback loop holds. He blurs, disappears, reappears inside a pack of respawning goblins. The blade sings once. 10 bodies drop. Their faint essence flows into him, permanent, irreversible. His skin hardens to adamantine for a split second, then releases. Mana dips by a fraction, regenerates instantly. The blue panel flickers. Mana efficiency increased by 0.0003%. He snorts, still tracking it like I'm normal. Cute. Years more slip away in focused cycles. He forces his mana pool to expand through deliberate overload, casts spells until the reservoir empties completely, waits for regeneration, casts again. The system tries to cap him. He routes excess through hidden ancient pathways unlocked by those skill fragments. The cap shatters, then shatters again. Eventually the regeneration outpaces expenditure no matter how reckless he becomes. Infinite mana, not hyperbole, literal. Alex sits cross-legged in the air now, no ground needed. He closes his eyes and triggers intentional death. A massive self-destruct spell erases his body in white fire. Pain flares, then vanishes. Respawn at the starting point. Full health. All progress intact. He grins as the light fades. Reincarnation cycle number 4027. Let's run it back. The safe zone allows it. No penalties. No loss. Each death a reset button for the last battle simulation. He relives the same goblin wave hundreds of times in a single day. Adjusts angles. Timing. Mana flow. Muscle memory etches perfection into his soul. One cycle he dodges every arrow by a hair's breadth. Next cycle he counters every strike. By the 1000th repetition, the goblins move in slow motion to his eyes. He ends the wave without taking a single scratch. Dimension-shattering technique incoming, he whispers. He combines time dilation with void step. The world freezes. He walks through suspended goblin blades, plants explosive runes on each body, releases the dilation. Everything detonates at once. The explosion ripples space itself. A hairline fracture appears in the tutorial sky, then seals. The system screams. Warning. Unauthorized reality stress detected. Cease activity immediately. Alex laughs. The sound echoes lonely across empty plains. Yeah, no, not happening. For the first time in decades, something new manifests. A figure of pure light materializes 20 meters away. Humanoid, featureless face, voice cold and mechanical. I am the tutorial guardian. Your presence has exceeded operational parameters for 11,847 days. You will exit immediately. Alex lowers from the air. Feet touch ground. He tilts his head. Finally decided to show up, huh? Took you long enough? The guardian raises a hand. Invisible force slams into Alex. It would launch any normal hero through the exit portal. Alex doesn't budge. The force splashes against Eternal Fortress like rain on steel. You have exploited restricted mechanics, the guardian intones. Infinite regeneration cycle. Absorption of primordial essence. Reality fractures. These actions violate core directives. You will be expelled by force. Alex's eyes narrow. Try it. The guardian attacks. Beams of pure system code lance forward, designed to delete anomalies. Alex meets them head-on. Void Step carries him inside the Guardian's reach. Soul Devour activates instinctively. The beams reverse, flow into him instead. The Guardian staggers. Light flickers. What impossible? You cannot absorb administrative protocols. Alex's voice drops low. Dangerous. I just did. He presses the advantage. Shadow clones erupt from his body, new skill born from forbidden fusion of Void Step and ancient duplication fragments. 10 perfect copies surround the Guardian, each wields the Black Blade. Each channels infinite mana. The Guardian tries to banish them. Code lashes out. Clones vanish and reappear instantly. They strike in perfect unison. Blades bite into light. Chunks of administrative essence shear off. The Guardian's voice cracks for the first time. This realm is not meant for entities of your caliber. You risk collapsing the entire summoning framework. Good, Alex snarls. Maybe then they'll stop throwing kids into the meat grinder. Final blow. All clones merge back into him. Soul Devour surges to maximum. The Guardian implodes into a torrent of raw data. Knowledge floods Alex's mind. Not just tutorial secrets. Everything. Summoning logs, hero death records, Demon King troop movements, system backdoors. Omniscience burns behind his eyes. He drops to one knee. Overload. Nosebleeds. Vision swims. But he sees it all now. Flashbacks hit hard, unbidden, unstoppable. Earth, rain-slick streets, headlights bearing down. His last thought, I wasted it. Games, grinding virtual numbers. Never took a real risk. Never told anyone how I felt. Died average. Then nothing. He clutches his head. Tears mix with blood on the grass. I won't waste this one. Regret turns to fuel. Cold, focused. Outside the tutorial, heroes continue to fall. The Guardian's knowledge feeds him live broadcasts now. No filter. A party of 5 faces Demon General Varak. Cocky swordsman charges first, dies in one swing. Healer screams, tries to resurrect. Corrupted claws rip through her barrier. Archer looses desperate arrows. They bounce off scales. Mage casts a forbidden spell, burns his own life force. Explosion barely singes the general. Varak laughs, deep, booming, crushes the last survivor underfoot. World announcement echoes in Alex's mind. Hero party Iron Resolve eliminated. Casualties, 5. Demon army advances on Eastern Front. Alex watches every death, every scream, every plea for help that never comes. Fury rises, not hot, cold, calculated. He stands, wipes blood from his face. Time manipulation solidifies, new skill fully awakened. He snaps his fingers. The world slows to a crawl. A respawning slime freezes mid-bounce. He walks around it, studies every translucent vein. Releases time. The slime continues unaware. Shadow clones multiply. Dozens now. Hundreds. Each independent. Each godlike. He sets them loose on simulated demon kings he constructs from memory and absorbed data. Clones tear the illusions apart in seconds. He resets, makes them stronger, faster, smarter. Again. And again. The tutorial groans under the strain. Cracks spread wider in the sky. Golden light dims to bruised purple. Alex sits alone at night, though. Night never truly falls here. Clones train in the distance. Endless clashes light the horizon like silent fireworks. He speaks to the empty air. They're dying out there because the system wants cannon fodder. Quick levels, quick deaths, quick replacements. I'm not playing that game. His voice hardens. I'm ending it. Power surges one final time. Something fundamental shifts inside him. Stats no longer register. Titles stack until the panel crashes, trying to display them. His presence warps reality. Grass withers in a perfect circle around where he stands. Transcendent. Not a hero. Something the Demon King has never faced. The exit barrier flickers weakly now, begging to break. Alex rises slowly. Clones dissolve back into shadow. Blade hums in his grip. Soon, he promises the dying world beyond. Soon, the tutorial sky fractures like brittle glass under impossible strain. Veins of darkness spiderweb across the eternal gold. Alex stands at the epicenter. Power no longer contained. It leaks from his pores. Warps the air into heat shimmers. The ground trembles. Monsters stop spawning entirely. The safe zone dies with a final shudder. He feels it. The barrier thinning. His overflow finally too much. About time. One step forward. The crack widens into a jagged tear. Real wind rushes in. Cold, ash-laden, carrying the stench of blood and smoke. Alex crosses the threshold. The tutorial collapses behind him. A silent implosion. Grasslands fold into nothingness. He doesn't look back. Real soil crunches under his bare feet. The world beyond is ruin. Blackened fields stretch to the horizon. Distant cities smolder. Skeletal trees claw at a blood-red sky. Demonic corruption taints the earth. Veins of purple ichor pulse beneath the surface, spreading a plague that twists flesh and mind. Survivors huddle in ragged camps. Nobles long fallen. Commoners fight to eat. Heroes summoned and spent like arrows. A refugee caravan freezes as he appears on the road. Wagons circle defensively. Children peek from behind skirts. Warriors grip rusted spears. Alex stops. Hands visible, non-threatening, but his presence hits them like a physical wave. Aura, uncontained. The air thickens. An old woman drops to her knees, eyes wide. The savior, from the ancient prophecies. Returned at last. Murmurs ripple. Hope flares in starved faces. Alex blinks. No, just a guy who took the long way. They don't hear him, or don't care. A young warrior steps forward, armor patched, sword notched from endless fights. You glow with divine light, stranger. The system marks you not as hero, but something else. Please. The demons come again at dusk. Alex glances east. A dust cloud approaches. Mid-level demons, horned brutes leading packs of corrupted wolves. Hundreds, enough to wipe this camp clean. He sighs. Fine. Stand back. The caravan retreats. Alex walks forward alone. The demons charge. Roars shake the ground. Wolves leap first, claws extended. He raises one hand. Time dilation snaps into place. Everything slows. He steps between frozen beasts. Fingers brush fur. Shadow clones flicker out briefly enough to plant void runes on each throat. Time resumes. Explosions rip through the pack. Bodies disintegrate into black mist. No blood, just ash. The horned brutes hesitate. Then rage. Charges one. Alex flicks his wrist. A single gesture. Void. Step chains into a wide arc. He appears above the army. Black blade descends once. A crescent of pure mana slices the front line in half. Soul Devour activates passively. Essence floods him, barely noticeable now. The rest scatter in panic. He doesn't let them. Shadow clones multiply. Dozens. Hundreds. Each erases a squad in seconds. Silence falls. The battlefield empty save drifting ash. The survivors stare. Mouths open. A child whispers. He ended them. With one swing. Alex sheathes the blade, turns back. The weight of their awe presses on him. They look at me like I'm hope, but I'm just the guy who hid for 100 years while they suffered. Loneliness creeps in, sharp, familiar. A century talking only to himself. No voices but his own. No touch. No shared meals. Power absolute. Connection zero. Was it worth it, becoming this thing, untouchable, alone? He pushes the thought down. Later, the caravan erupts in cheers. They swarm him, offer scraps of food, watered wine, stories of loss. He listens, learns names. The world has changed. Demon King's forces control half the continent. Heroes arrive broken by quick leveling, rushed into battle at level 50, slaughtered. The system favors speed over strength. Nobles hoard safe zones. Commoners die first. Class tensions boil. Summoned heroes often side with elites for better gear, leaving the poor to rot. 3 heroes approach at dawn next day. High levels by modern standards. Level 200 seconds. Flashy armor. Status windows proudly displayed. The leader, a swordsman named Kale, eyes Alex warily. You took down a legion alone. No party. No buffs visible. Who are you? Alex shrugs. Alex. Late to the party. Skepticism radiates. The mage in the group, a woman named Lyra, scans him with appraisal skills. Her face pales. Nothing. The system shows nothing. Like he doesn't exist. The third, an archer called Thorn, grips his bow tighter. Jealousy flickers. We could use someone like you. Join us. We're heading to the front lines. Real glory there. Real rewards. Alex senses the undercurrent. They want his power. Or his secrets. He agrees, temporarily. The road to the Dark Citadel is long, information useful. They travel together. Uneasy alliance. Kale probes constantly. How do you hide your level, secret class, paid for some hidden title? Alex deflects. Just grinding. Old school. Nights around campfires reveal cracks. Thorn mutters about cheaters, ruining the leaderboards. Lyra watches Alex with hungry eyes, not romantic, ambitious. She wants the source of his strength. One night Thorn confronts him privately. You're holding back. We all see it. Share the method or we'll report you as a glitch. The system admins don't like anomalies. Alex meets his gaze. Cold. Try it. Thorn backs down, but the seed is planted. Betrayal comes swift. 2 nights later, ambush in a ruined village. Kale's party turns blades on him while he meditates. Lyra casts binding chains, golden light meant to seal gods. Take him alive. We'll extract the skills. Thorn looses arrows enchanted with soul bind. Kale charges, sword blazing with heroic aura. Alex opens his eyes, doesn't move. The chains shatter against his skin. Arrows dissolve mid-flight. Kale's blade stops an inch from his throat. Frozen by casual time dilation. He stands slowly. You really thought that would work? Panic flashes. They attack desperately. Spells, skills, ultimate moves saved for generals. Alex sighs. One gesture. Shadow clones pin them effortlessly. No harm. Just restraint. Why? Kale spits blood. Because you don't deserve it. You appear out of nowhere, stronger than anyone. It's not fair. The system chooses heroes, not freaks who break the rules. Alex releases them. They flee into the night. Cowardice wins over pride. Jealousy. Always jealousy, even among the chosen. He continues alone again, but not before absorbing stray data from their failed skills. More power. Pointless now. The twist hits during a quiet moment. He accesses the Guardian's absorbed knowledge, cross-references summoning logs. His arrival wasn't random. The Demon King tampered with the ritual, specifically requested a hero with certain traits. Min-maxer mindset, patience, from Earth's gamer pool. A pawn meant to grind in the tutorial forever. Trapped, wasting potential while the world fell, ensuring no true threat emerged. Rage ignites, cold, focused. He played me, but the joke's on the Demon King. The trap failed. The pawn became the endgame piece. Survivors spread tales now. The mythical savior, the one who walks alone. Armies part before rumors of his approach. Demons retreat from borderlands he crosses. He marches north, toward the Dark Citadel rising like a black spike on the horizon. Corruption thickens, air heavy with despair. Mid-level generals fall in his wake. Not battles, executions. One gesture, an army gone. Villages freed cheer, then fall silent under his gaze. Awe turns to fear. Power too vast feels wrong. They're right to fear. I'm not human anymore. Loneliness deepens, nights staring at stars that finally move. He talks to the wind. 100 years alone built this, but now I win. Then what? Rule? Fix the system? Go home? No answers. The Citadel looms closer. Demon King's throne, source of the corruption plague, heart of the war that ground kingdoms to dust. Alex tightens his grip on the black blade. Doesn't matter, first I end him. Footsteps echo on cracked earth, trails of liberated land behind him, trails of ash from demonic corpses. Awe and destruction in equal measure. The final march begins. The Dark Citadel towers like a wound in the sky. Black stone veins pulse with corruption. Spires twist upward. Lightning cracks endlessly around the summit. The air chokes with demonic mana thick enough to burn lungs. Below the walls, endless trenches scar the earth, filled with bones of failed heroes. The plague here is strongest. Ground weeps purple ichor. Any mortal stepping near twists into madness within hours. Alex stands alone at the gates. No army, no allies, just him. The black blade hums in his grip. Aura leaks uncontrollably now, warping reality in ripples. Elite minions pour out first, not the fodder from borders. These are the king's personal guard. Winged behemoths, shadow assassins, colossal golems fused with stolen hero souls. Thousands. Coordinated. Deadly. They charge as one. Alex exhales. Let's dance. Shadow clones erupt. Hundreds instantly. Each a perfect transcendent copy. They scatter into the horde. Blades flash. Void step chains leave after images. Explosions bloom as void runes detonate inside enemy ranks. Golems shatter from single strikes. Assassins die mid-teleport. Behemoths plummet with throats slit before they roar. He moves through the chaos untouched. Time dilation slows the battlefield to his pace. He walks, plants death with casual flicks. Soul Devour drinks essence in torrents. Power swells, already infinite. Now deeper. One clone chain reacts a forbidden combo. Eternal Fortress tanks, a soul blast meant to erase gods, then counters with dimension-shattering slash. Space tears, sucks in an entire flank, spits out ash. The gates crumble under the onslaught. Minions falter. For the first time in centuries, fear ripples through their ranks. Alex steps over corpses, into the citadel proper. Throne room awaits at the summit. Vast, pillars of obsidian, floor a mirror reflecting infinite voids. The Demon King sits casual, massive form wreathed in black flames. Horns crown a face almost human. Eyes burn with amusement. He rises slowly. Throne dissolves into smoke. At last, the anomaly arrives. Voice booms, shakes the foundations. Alex stops 20 meters away. Blade lowered. Ready. You kept me waiting, King. Rude. The king laughs. Deep. Genuine. I sensed you break free. A century overdue. Impressive. Catastrophic spells unleash without warning. Black holes spiral from his palms. Reality-warping curses chain across the room. Beams of pure entropy lance forward. Enough to erase continents. Alex counters fluidly. Ancient arts awaken fully. Void step dodges the undodgeable. Time dilation freezes curses mid-flight. He steps through. Plants counter runes born from forbidden fusions. Black holes collapse under Soul Devour. Entropy beams reverse. Slam back into the king. Flames flicker. The king's eyes narrow. First hint of surprise. Those arts, lost before this world began. How? Alex presses. Clones swarm. Blade sings in arcs that sever illusions from truth. Revelation hits mid-clash. The king speaks through a barrier of shadow. The tutorial was my design, a prison for potentials like you, summoned minds too dangerous, too patient, trapped in safety, grinding forever while I conquered unchallenged. Alex freezes for a split second. Blade pauses mid-swing. He admits it, the truck, the summoning, all engineered. Rage surges, cold, precise. You turned it into a cage. I turned it into a forge. He explodes forward, combo chains faster than thought, dimension fractures widen, throne room groans. The king counters harder, spells escalate, summons elite remnants, reformed minions begging mercy in broken voices, twisted heroes from past summonings, eyes pleading under corruption. One kneels, a former hero, face half melted, voice rasps. Please, end it. Alex hesitates. Blade raised. The cost, 100 years alone, no touch. No laughter. Power that isolates absolutely. Is this mercy or cruelty? He lowers the blade, spares the reformed. Void step carries him past. Clones handle the rest cleanly, painless. The king watches. Smiles. Soft, still human somewhere. Emotional turmoil peaks. Alex's mind races. They suffered because I hid, grinding while kingdoms burned. Absolute power bought with absolute solitude. Worth it? He pushes forward. Internal strength hardens. Enough games. Twist drops like a hammer. The king spreads arms. Aura shifts. Reveals truth. We share origin, Alex. Both from Earth. Both truck killed. Both summoned. I broke free early. Claimed this power first. You could join. Godhood awaits. Rule together. Fix the broken system. End the pointless war. Illusions bloom. Visions of paradise. Worlds remade. Friends. Family. Connection after centuries alone. Temptation claws deep. Godhood. No more loneliness. Share the burden. Rewrite everything. Alex stands still. Eyes closed. Visions shatter under his will. Internal strength prevails. He opens eyes, glowing fierce. Nice try, but I didn't grind a century to be your sidekick. He charges. Full arsenal unleashes. Ancient skills fuse into something new. Transcendent strike. Reality screams. The king's illusions crack. True form staggers. Flames dim. Climax pounds hearts. Blows shake the citadel. Spires collapse outside. Corruption recedes in waves from each counter. The king roars. Final desperate spell, a world ender. Black sun forms above. Alex meets it head-on, all power focused. One gesture. The sun implodes. Devoured. Silence falls. The king kneels. Wounded. Defenses shattered. Victory nears. But the world teeters. Citadel crumbles. Corruption backlash surges. Rebirth possible if he purifies the core. Ruin if the power overloads. Alex stands over the fallen king, blade raised. Choice looms. Mercy or end. Rebuild or let burn. His eyes reflect the dying flames. Not your pawn anymore. The final strike hovers. The citadel crumbles in a final cataclysmic roar. Black stone avalanches down spires. Corruption veins burst and bleed purple fire into the sky. The demon king's body dissolves into fading shadows. His last scream echoes, then cuts silent. Defeated. Erased. Alex stands at the epicenter. Black blade planted in cracked floor. Aura storms uncontrolled. Reality bends around him. Winds howl in submission. He breathes once. Deep. It's over. The backlash hits. Corruption plague recoils worldwide. In distant villages, twisted mutants straighten. Skin heals. Minds clear. Rivers run clean for the first time in centuries. The system itself flickers, rewrites core directives under his lingering influence. No more rushed summonings, no more cannon fodder heroes, balance restored by force. Survivors emerge from hiding. Former allies, those who didn't betray, gather at the ruins. Refugees, warriors, even spared reformed demons kneel in the dust. Kale, the swordsman who fled, returns humbled, eyes down. You did it. Alone. Lyra and Thorn stand beside him, silent, ashamed. Crowds swell. Voices rise in one chant. Emperor Alex, rule us, guide the new world. They offer crowns forged from melted demonic horns. Thrones carved from the citadel's heartstone. Alex looks at them, really looks, faces he saved, children who will grow without fear. He shakes his head. No thrones, no empires. Murmurs ripple, confusion. Kale steps forward. But you're supreme, unchallenged. The system itself bends to you now. Who else could lead? Alex sheathes the blade, voice quiet, firm. I spent a century alone chasing power, became something beyond hero, beyond king. I won't trade one cage for another. Freedom. True freedom. Not ruling. Just existing. He turns from the offered crown, walks away. Crowds part in awe. But power this vast leaves echoes. That night he camps alone on a hill overlooking reborn fields. Grass already greens under purified soil. Stars shine clear, no corruption haze. Pain stabs sudden. Chest burns. Remnants of the Demon King's essence fragments missed in the final strike surge from the blade. From absorbed data. From the air itself. Black tendrils coil inside his soul. A voice whispers, familiar, mocking. You think you won? I am eternal. Join fully. Become true God. Possession attempts. Violent. Internal showdown erupts. Alex drops to knees. Vision splits. Mind battlefield manifests. He stands in endless white void, facing a shadow version of the king. Full power restored in this realm. You weakened yourself sparing those traitors. Rejecting rule. Weak. Shadow King charges. Same catastrophic spells. Black holes. Entropy waves. Alex counters exhausted but resolute. Clones weaker here. Time dilation flickers. Can't let it take root. A century grinding. For nothing? Memories flood as defense. Earth life. Truck impact. Tutorial isolation. Every death loop. Every skill awakening. Loneliness that forged him unbreakable. Shadow King laughs. You fear connection. Always have. Easier alone. Safer. Truth stings. Alex falters. Tendrils tighten. But reflections shift. Recent ones. Survivors' faces. Children laughing in freed villages. Kale's humbled return. Even betrayed allies seeking redemption. Alone I won. But alone. What's the point? Character growth ignites. He embraces what he shunned. No more hiding. Internal strength surges pure. Ancient arts fuse with newfound resolve. Light pierces his aura, something warmer than void. One strike. Not destruction. Purification. Shadow King screams as remnants burn away. Cleansed. Gone forever. Alex gasps awake on the hill. Dawn breaks, body whole, soul lighter. He stands, changed. Days pass in travel. He seeks out survivors, no longer walks alone. Kale finds him again, offers no crown this time, just company. We were wrong, jealous, scared. Let us walk with you. Learn. Others join, reformed demons seeking purpose. Young, summoned heroes confused by the new balance system. Alex mentors, shares secrets carefully. Not all some powers too dangerous, but enough. How to find hidden mechanics, patience over rush, true grinding without exploitation madness. No more throwing lives away for quick levels. A new era dawns. Peace spreads. Kingdoms rebuild without class wars. His influence levels fields. Nobles work beside commoners. Heroes train properly. No plague. No corruption. He establishes quiet academies in remote valleys. Teaches personally. One evening he sits with students around fire. Young hero asks, "Why stay in the tutorial so long, master? You could have ended the war decades earlier." Alex stares into flames, smiles small. "Because rushing gets you killed. I refused to leave half ready. That refusal broke the game." Legends spread, the unrivaled one, who hid a century, turned prison into power, ended the Demon King alone. But whispers reach him. From absorbed omniscience. From system glitches. Greater threats stir in the multiverse, other realms, other kings, entities beyond this world's scope watching. Hints tease endless adventures. Alex feels the pull. Horizon calls again. Students sense it. "Will you leave us, master?" He stands, looks to stars. "Not yet, you're not ready." But his eyes gleam. Excitement hidden deep. The tutorial taught patience. This world taught connection. What's next? The legend eternal begins here. Born from refusal to rush. From turning isolation into supremacy. He walks into the night. Students follow. Ready for whatever comes.